We're going to study new coordinate plan with rectangular coordinate. We call polar coordinate. Let's start how we're going to define polar coordinate. So polar coordinate is two component. Rectangular coordinate, we have x and y, but polar coordinate is r and theta, guys. How can define r and theta? This is gonna be polar axis. This is x-axis. Then this is origin 0. So we're gonna draw the point on the xy plane, then connect the origin and the point. We define angle between the two lines. That's the theta. This one is R. R might be a positive, R might be a negative. So P point, XY rectangular coordinate, P gonna be X and Y. Polar coordinate define angle between the two lines and origin to the P distant R. That's the R and theta. But R might be negative, which meaning is here is R is positive. We're gonna rotate this point 180. This point gonna be negative R and theta. Keep in mind, there is no one unique representation in polar coordinate. So for example here, guys, 1 and 5 pi over 4. So how can sketch this point on the polar coordinate? Guys, look at this one. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. That's rectangular coordinate. This is origin, 0. Here is x-axis. That's the start point. Always start angle first. 5 pi over 4 is right here. That's gonna be 5 pi over 4. Then here is r. This one is r. This one is theta. So r gonna be, this is a positive, meaning is here. Distance, this one is r, this is 1. So this point P, 1 and 5 pi over 4. Another way, angle is counterclockwise is positive, but clockwise is negative. So this is negative 3 pi over 4. That point gonna be, another way write this point is 1 and negative 3 pi over 4. Also, we're gonna sketch this one first, guys. Let's sketch pi over 4. Pi over 4 is, here is the origin, here is the polar axis. This is pi over 4. Pi over 4, that's the theta, negative 1. So first you're gonna sketch the positive one. This is r is 1. So 1 and pi over 4. R is negative. You're gonna rotate 180. So right here. So negative 1 pi over 4. So usually polar coordinate, there is a restriction. So R is positive, angle gonna be 0 and 2 pi. So let's plot the point on the XY rectangular coordinate by using the polar coordinate. So let's go here. That's the first one is R. Here is a theta. Let's plot the angle first. Guys, make sure angle first. This is x-axis. Here is a y-axis. So here is a start point. 5 pi over 4 is a third quadrant right here. That's gonna be, but distance from here to here. So let's say this is 5 pi over 4. Distance from the origin to the here. Let's say this is 1. So you're gonna sketch this one is A. 1 and 5 pi over 4. That's how to sketch it. How about B value? 3 pi. 3 pi here is 90 pi over 2. Here is a pi. Here is a 2 pi. So here is a 0. Pi over 2. Pi. 3 pi over 2. Go back to 2 pi. Another one. Here is a 3 pi. So here is angle 3 pi. One cycle. And another one. That's the 3 pi over 2. Then you have to go what? 1, 2. That's the point. So this one is B, 2, 3 pi. That's how I find that point, guys. So let's erase this part, okay? Very confusing here, right? How about C? R is negative. So first plot this one first. 3 pi over 4. 3 pi over 4 is which quadrant, guys? Which quadrant is 3 pi over 4? I'm going to erase everything. Second quadrant. Second quadrant is you sketch it. That's going to be 3 pi over 4. Now, 3 first. 1, 2, 3. That's the point. 3 pi over 4. 3 is gonna be negative, so 180 rotation right there. So this one gonna be C, negative 3 pi over 4. That's how to sketch it. Okay, guys? Let's sketch the D. Negative, angle is negative clockwise, okay? 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3 gonna be here to here. That's the 2 pi over 3. Negative because clockwise, then you're gonna do R is 2, 1, 2. So you have find it. This one is D, 2, negative 2 pi over 3. Okay? Next question is how can change coordinate? So this one is we call rectangular coordinate. This is polar coordinate. So we're gonna switch between the two coordinates. So here's the idea. Here's the origin. Here is the xy, that's rectangular coordinate. So this is r, this is r, this angle is theta. So what are you going to use it from the rectangular coordinate to the polar coordinate? Look at this right triangle. We're going to use Pythagorean theorem. So r squared equal x squared plus y squared. That's how I convert from the rectangular coordinate in the polar coordinate. Another one is right there. This is right triangle. We can use trigonometry. Tangent. Theta is y over x. That's how to convert from rectangular coordinate and polar coordinate. How about the other way? We want to find x. So this is right triangle. We're going to use in trigonometry values. So first one is cosine theta gonna be, what is it, guys? Adjacent over hypotenuse, x over r. So you find x equal r cosine theta. How about sine theta gonna be? Opposite over adjacent, y over r. So this one is y equal r sine theta. So what kind of coordinate you have, you always conversion from one to the other one by using this conversion formula, guys. So you might draw the right triangle and then figure it out, r or theta or x and y value. Let's a example, guys. I give the polar coordinate 1 pi. So you can sketch here before you change it, or let's find it. What is find the x value right there? X gonna be r cosine theta. Y gonna be r sine theta. So x equal r is 1. Cosine pi, guys. What is cosine pi? That's the negative one, right? This is negative 1. Y equal 1 sine pi. Sine pi is 0. That's the 0. So rectangular coordinate is negative 1 and 0. That's how to convert, okay? Second one, x equal r 2 cosine pi over 3. What is cosine pi over 3? 2, 1.5. That's going to be 1. Y value, 2 sine pi over 3. That's going to be 2. What is sine pi over 3? Square root 3 over 2. That's going to be square root 3. So rectangular coordinate going to be 1 and square root 3. That's how to change from polar coordinate to the rectangular coordinate. So you can sketch it right here, guys. So negative 1 and 0 is right there. That's going to be first one. 1 and square root 3. 1 and square root 3, probably right there. So Here is negative 1 and 0. Here is 1 and square root 3. You can confirm with the polar coordinate too. How about rectangular coordinate to the polar coordinate? So this one is gonna be, here is, what do you have here, guys? X gonna be x squared plus y squared equal r squared. Tangent theta gonna be y over x. But you don't have use any angle positive negative. Let's restrict this artist. Let's say 0 and positive, only positive you consider. And angle gonna be only 0 and 2 pi. Let's restriction that one. So we're gonna have only one polar coordinates. Okay, so x squared plus y squared gonna be 1 squared plus negative 1 squared. That's gonna be 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's gonna be r squared. R is square root 2. Why? Because I give restriction. So R is only positive. Tangent theta gonna be y over x, negative 1 and 1. That's the negative 1. So tangent is negative 1. Where is it? Tangent gonna be negative 1, guys. Which quadrant? Here is. You have two value of tangent is negative. Second quadrant, fourth quadrant. But x, y is 1 and negative. Which quadrant? This one is, guys, very careful in quadrant 4. This is quadrant 4. So theta gonna be fourth quadrant, 7 pi over 4. So you have square root 2. 7 pi over 4. 1 and negative 1 is right here, guys. 1 and negative 1. Here is 1 and negative 1. 1 and negative 1. So you have picked the angle from here. You're going to put the angle this one. Okay, everyone, make sense? How about this one? X, Y, 0 and 2. All right. So you're going to find r squared, x squared plus y squared. That's going to be 0 squared, 2 squared equal 4. So R is 2 only. I'm going to take negative, guys, because R is positive. Tangent theta going to be y over x. Oh, what happened? This is undefined, right? Undefined. Easy way you find the angle is sketch it. 0 and 2. 0 and 2 is right here, guys. 0 and 2. So theta gonna be pi over 2. So 2m pi over 2. Here's a one tip about the math problem is you're not depending on the formula. You're gonna sketch it, then you're gonna have more accurate answer, guys. Now it's very important question how to convert an equation from rectangular to the polar coordinates. I want to using this formula, guys. X gonna be r cosine theta, y gonna be r sine theta, because we want to eliminate x and y variable. We want to have the r and theta. So first one is, guys, a, y is gonna be r sine theta. X gonna be r cosine theta. Everyone make sense this one? So what happened then? Divide by r cosine, divide by r cosine theta both sides. R sine theta over r cosine theta equal 1. Okay? So which meaning is we're gonna assume r is not 0. R is 0 meaning is origin. So we have sine theta of cosine theta. What is sine theta of cosine theta? Tangent theta is 1, which meaning is theta is pi over 4. That's gonna change the equation, guys. Another one, x squared plus y squared equal 1. That's the circle. Center gonna be 0 and 0. Radius gonna be 1, right? So x gonna be r cosine theta squared. Y gonna be r sine theta squared equal 1. So r squared cosine squared theta plus r squared sine squared theta equal 1. So here is r squared common factor. Pythagorean identity say what? This value is always what? 1, right? So you have r squared is 1. That's gonna be represent circle in the polar coordinate, guys, okay? So very careful. That's gonna leave there, guys. Second part of this example is now we're gonna convert the equation from polar coordinate to the rectangular coordinate. That case, so what are you gonna do this one, guys? So very importantly, guys, we have to find R is R square. We're gonna using R square, x square plus y square. Tangent theta is y of x. That's you're gonna use it. So you're not gonna see R square there. Comparable way you're gonna do it. Okay, guys? So first one is I'm gonna do this one is easily R is 2, make R square. R square is 2 square, it's a 4. What is R square? That's the x square plus y square equal 4. What does it represent? That's the circle with center is 0 and 0. Radius, very careful radius, guys. 2, not the 4, 2 square. So that's you're going to find the rectangular coordinate. How about this one? Theta is pi over 3. We're going to using that one, guys. Okay, tangent theta is y over x. So tangent theta, tangent pi over 3. Tangent pi over 3 going to be square root 3. Tangent theta is say y over x gonna be square root 3, y equals square root 3 times x. This is a line, okay? Linear function with slope. Slope is square root 3. How about next one, guys? Oh, how about this one? What are you gonna do this one, guys? Okay, let's change what is the cosecant theta definition. 4 times 1 over sine theta, right? So I want to times the sine theta both sides. Sine theta here, sine theta here. You have r sine theta equal 4. What is r sine theta, guys? Previous slides. That's gonna be, this part gonna be x. So x equal 4. What do you represent to this one? Vertical line. Okay, everyone makes sense? What is the idea is we're going to eliminate R and theta, then we want to find what is XY relation there, guys. How about this one? This is very tricky, guys. Look at this one. This one is R equal to cosine theta. We need R square. What do you want to do? You make R square is comparable way. You're going to square it. You're going to times R. Okay? Either way works. I'm going to times it. R square 2r cosine theta. What I did here, guys, I'm gonna times r, make r square. So now, when you have this one, r square is x square plus y square. What is r cosine theta? R cosine theta gonna be x, 2x. This one is x squared plus y squared minus 2x equals 0. If you remember from the algebra class, this one is x squared minus 2x plus y squared equals 0. Make this one is a complete square. X minus 1 squared plus y squared equal 1. That's gonna be circle with center is 1 and 0. Radius gonna be 1.